Hey everyone, it's Ally and welcome back to my channel. So today I have two fragrances that I wanted to talk about. I've had these for about a week in my collection and I've been sort of playing around with them and getting my thoughts on these fragrances. And they are a recent collab that was in collaboration with Aromaconcepts and Avery Mills. If you don't know who Avery Mills is, she is a fragrance influencer. I've seen her primarily on TikTok. I'm not sure if she's on other platforms, but I see her a lot on TikTok. And I've seen her talk about these fragrances that she created in collaboration with Aromaconcepts, which I thought was so cool. And I love seeing other influencers doing collabs and seeing, what their perfect fragrance is. And I wanted to get my nose on these fragrances and see what it was that her version of a perfect day and night fragrance would be. The last time I was kind of interested in a collaboration, well, I wouldn't say a collaboration, but like an influencer who put out some fragrances, I think was like Jeremy Fragrance. I hate to say that because he's kind of like super cringe. But I was curious on like his day and night for women, and I have to admit, like, I did like them, but for the price, like, hell no. He was on crack selling his fragrances for the prices he was selling them at. Like, good on him. I'm sure he made his coin, but like, I basically, when I bought his fragrances, bought Juicy Couture, Gold Couture, just a more elevated version of it. Like, I felt very scammy duped. Although his fragrances are really good. Like, I have to admit, like, they really are compliment getters. And they were really nice. Like, I still wear day and night for her. Like, they're really good fragrances. But for the price point, hell no. You can kiss my butt for that one. But I do have the two fragrances from Avery. And she created two of them. She has Avri Jewel, which is this one, the lighter pink one, and Avery Ruby, which is the darker red one. I have to say, like, the presentation of these bottles, gorgeous. We're gonna get started with the first one, and this is my personal favorite one, and that's Avery Jewel. And I mean, just look at this bottle. If I could get it to focus. There we go. It's so beautiful. It really does look like a jewel. It's got this really beautiful, like almost like diamond cut bottle. It's got this beautiful gold rim that's like kind of a rose gold color. It probably looks more gold on camera, but it's like rose gold with this beautiful like fuchsia-y pink sort of vibe. I really like the presentation. I think the presentation for these bottles is a 10 out of 10. I think she knocked it out the park. Aromaconcepts and Avery Mills on this packaging. I really like this. It looks so beautiful sitting on a vanity. Like, I just really like that it's nice and weighted, and the cap is like very sturdy, and it has a little bit of weight to it too. Like, I'm not mad at this presentation at all. I think she did a really beautiful job. But now, the fragrance. What does Avery Jewel smell like? To me, this is a really beautiful, feminine, sweet fragrance. My lovers of sweet fragrances, you're probably really gonna enjoy this. This opens up with notes of raspberry, mandarin, rose, orange, blossom, vanilla bean, tonka bean, another vanilla in the base, powdered sugar, cashmere, or not cashmere, cedar wood, and musk. I don't know why I was getting cashmere. I know why the other one has cashmere. But cedar musk, and this is so pretty. To me, this smells like a couple different things that I've smelt before. If you've ever smelt Zara's Rich Warm Addictive, this has that addictive quality of Rich Warm Addictive, but without the tobacco. But also Vanextasy, if you've ever smelt Vanextasy, this has a similar vibe to Vanextasy, but it doesn't smell like Vanextasy. It smells similar-ish to it. It smells like a Vanextasy and what's that fragrance? A Spiritus Double Vanille by Guerlain had a baby, and they also somehow had a baby with a marshmallow that was Fruity Pebbles and milk cereal sort of scented or flavored. That's what this kind of smells like. I know that's a weird description, but it opens up really sweet, You get those sweet fruits and this sort of milky, fluffy quality that reminds me of a marshmallow. But it almost smells like a marshmallow, like I said, that was supposed to taste and smell like Fruity Pebbles and milk. It's a little milky. It's very sweet, very fruity, very girly, and a little powdered, almost like a powdery, sweet, fluffy marshmallow. And as it dries down, you get this most beautiful, sweet vanilla woody base. And the vanilla woody base is very reminiscent of the dry down of Spiritus Double Vanille by Guerlain, which is a masterpiece of a fragrance if you love woody vanilla fragrances. This has so many beautiful elements in it, and it's composed so beautifully. I really enjoy that fruity opening that starts to settle down into this sort of powdery, sugary, marshmallowy, fruity sort of vibe. It's very dessert-like, very feminine, very dainty, very sweet, very demure. Sorry, I've been seeing a lot of those demure memes on TikTok, so now I'm like, oh, she's so demure, demure, demure. It's got a very demure vibe, but it also is powerful at the same time because it has that sort of woody, vanillic base that reminds me of Spiritus Double Vanille by Guerlain. Absolutely stunning fragrance. This to me is very original, though it does remind me of other fragrances. It's not those fragrances. There are just slight reminiscent memories that tie me to those fragrances, which I think is beautiful. This is very original, very unique, but like I said, it does sort of remind me of a couple little things here and there, but it's not to say that it's a copy of those fragrances. It just has like the best elements of those fragrances combined in this one to create something unique, new, and original. And I really like this one. The projection on this is pretty beautiful. It projects a good like arm and a half or so. The sillage on this is really stunning in the air. It's really sweet and pretty and just yummy. And the longevity on me, even though this is an extrait de parfum, both of them are, this will last about 6, maybe 7 hours on my skin personally. I'm gonna see if it sits a little longer, it'll get better and better over time. But right now I'm sitting at the 6-7 hour mark, which isn't bad for me at all. I think it's a really beautiful one. If you want a gorgeous, unique, gourmand, sweet daytime signature scent, I think Avery Jewel is going to be a really, really beautiful one for you. Definitely check this one out. It retails for $55, or you can get both bundled together for $100. I would check the TikTok shop too. Aromaconcepts is selling their fragrances on TikTok shop. And they had a sale the other day, and you could have got the bundle instead of paying $100. It was like under 70. Like, I was like, what the hell? Like, such a good deal. So definitely check them out there if they have a sale on the TikTok shop. But really, really good deal. I highly recommend checking TikTok shop. Or you can just go to Aromaconcepts. I will link everything down below. Now, the next one that I'm going to talk about is Ruby. This one, again, the presentation is immaculate. It is a gorgeous gemstone-like bottle. This one, the lining is gold, where the other one was more of a rose gold. This one is actual like gold colored, and it's got the beautiful deep red sort of ruby sort of vibe going on. And this is supposed to be a more upscale, nighttime, more mature cherry fragrance. Now, I was excited when I saw that this was a cherry fragrance. I feel like cherry's been done a lot over the last year or so. Not year or so, the last couple years, ever since Lost Cherry came out. People have been going ham with the cherry fragrances. There is cherry everywhere. Everyone has a cherry fragrance in their collection if they're doing fragrances. So I was curious to see what this cherry one was going to smell like. This definitely has a more mature vibe, where the other one, where Jewel is a bit more playful and sweet, this one is definitely more elevated, more grown. That's not to say that a younger person can't wear it, but this does have a more sophisticated vibe to it. Now, when you first spray it, you definitely get that cherry. It is tart, it is red, it is juicy. You've got tart cherry in the top, you've got red apple, you've got a silky cashmere note, rose, jasmine, musk, vanilla, sugar, and sandalwood. And to me, this smells very elevated, very sophisticated. And though this is marketed towards women, I feel like a man could probably rock this too if he wanted to. It is more on the unisex side, where Jewel is more heavily leaning on the feminine side. This, I would say, is more unisex with a feminine lean, but definitely unisex. You definitely get that crisp, tart cherry. The apple plays really beautifully with the cherry. I don't get a lot of the apple, but I know it's there. I can kind of smell it. But if anything, it's aiding in that dense red feel that you get when you smell this fragrance, because it does give a red feel, like a really dark, deep red, like when you get a really dark cherry. The silky cashmere adds this sort of really fine, like refined elegance to it. It's really silky, it's smooth. At first it opens up tart and kind of in your face, but it starts to round out really quickly. And you get a hint of rose. I don't get a lot of the jasmine, but I get a heaping dose of vanilla and musk, and it sits on this really lovely sandalwood base. It's really, really beautiful. I don't have a cherry fragrance that quite smells like this one. I think it's pretty original and unique, but it's definitely got a sophisticated vibe, a more dressed up vibe. I could see this working for date nights. I could see it working for like special occasions. You want to wear something to feel a little bit more luxe. The longer this sits on skin, the more that I get that tart cherry vanilla sort of vibe going on, and it sort of wafts and lingers all throughout. I think that this one projects about an arm's length away. It creates a beautiful sillage in the air. It definitely smells expensive, more expensive than the price tag of $55. I think it's a really good one. I think if you love cherry, you're probably going to enjoy this. It's really unique, but you have to know that it's not going to be like fun, girly, and really playful. This is more serious, more grown, more sexy, mysterious, really just grown, sexy woman. This smells like a grown, sexy woman. She knows what she wants. She's going to go out and get it. This isn't your typical cherry, apple, girly, playful. No. This girl is not demure. This girl is a CEO. She's a boss lady, but she wears lingerie underneath her suits because she's very feminine, sexy, and mysterious. This is that sort of vibe that this fragrance is giving me. Powerhouse woman who's not afraid of her feminine side. She's just very like, she's not going to show it until nightfall comes. That's the kind of vibe this gives me. Very sexy, very cool, sophisticated, and grown. And if that's your vibe, then you're probably really going to enjoy this fragrance. I think both of them are stellar. I have also worn these together. These layer so incredibly well together. If this is just a little too mature for you or too like serious, layer it with this baby and ooh, it's a slay. I can't stop when I wear these. I'm either wearing this one by itself or I'm layering it with this one. That's how I like to wear these two together. That's not to say that this one is bad. I just prefer it with the base of this one, that sort of sweet powdered sugar, like very woody base that's so playful, fun, and sweet. But layered together, my gosh, this is a dream come true together. Layer these together. If you get the combo, if you get them together, bundled, layer them. Trust me, you're going to love the layering of these two. I think they thought of everything when it comes to these fragrances. They thought about them layering together. They thought about wearing them alone. I think they did a really good job giving you two completely different scent profiles that smell amazing and are unique to themselves. And yeah, you guys, if you guys want to check them out, I will link them down below. I definitely think these are really great fragrances. I think Avery Mills and Aromaconcepts knocked it out the park with these two. But like I said, if I had to pick one and I was only going to get one, I would go with Jewel. That's just my personal preference. I just really like this DNA. I think it's really well done. I think it's super clever what they did here. And I think it just smells so good. And I love this. I love this on its own. I love it layered. I could wear this with so many fragrances if I wanted to. That's not to say that this one is bad by any means. It's just, I do prefer this one. But definitely take advantage of the TikTok shop, the coupons they've got going on. I don't know how much longer they will have these in stock. I don't know if they will be a permanent collection or what, if these are limited edition, but if you want a 100 ml, beautiful, fragrance that comes in beautiful bottles that smells so dang good, then do yourself a favor and treat yourself. You earned it, girl. You earned it. Do it. Do it. It's beautiful. Or my guys out there looking to get a gift for your girl, this is really pretty. Like, this is extra. Do it. Just do it. Get it done, boys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative. I really wanted to get this video out there and show you guys these fragrances because, like, they're really good. And I think they're really underrated. Like, I'm not seeing a lot of people talk about them, and if they are, maybe I just haven't seen it. But I really like these fragrances. Definitely check them out. And again, congrats to Avery Mills. That's so awesome. You got to do a collab with Aromaconcepts. I love seeing it. And yeah, you killed it, girlfriend. I really like the fragrances. But till next time, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.